Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Stellaris. Last time, well, we decided rather than going to war, because we are supposedly like, pacifists and all that good stuff, we decided to expand out here into this area that nobody else seems to be wanting, and well, I'd say it's working very nicely so far indeed. We've locked down a whole bunch of ridiculously good little things here. Though sadly, our leader died because we keep electing really old people and they keep bloody dying immediately, which is very annoying. So hang on, let's have a look, see, where did the leader die? He died over here, did he? Well, that's a shame. Oh, I see, sorry, this is way down here close by to the far bill, is it? Alright, well that's absolutely 100% fine then. Yeah, he was just kind of chilling out down here, and then apparently he ended up dead, so that's a shame. Hello, little space whale. I like you, you're cute. Well, it says whale. This thing looks like a little squid to me. Hello, squid. I like you. I like the space squids. They're nice. I wish we did have space squids. Well, assuming they were, like, just, like, wandering, eating bits of, like, floating stuff and they didn't actually want to eat me. Assuming that was the case, I would like space squids. Anyway, today I think we need to keep expanding. We've got a couple of things here, which is... This planet was... Yeah, that planet was terrible. Hello... Just found something very good down here, which is, this is a nice little area to lock down, wouldn't it? Yeah, I've just been kind of sending my science ships down here just to make sure we know what's going on down here. This planet is... that's... Actually, it's not so bad. That could be okay. We theoretically wanted to, but this is a dangerous place to expand. So, like, if I were to, like, expand my empire in a thin sliver down here, basically I'm just introducing a whole bunch of risk into the empire. I'd say we're probably better off just kind of saying, like, this area here up to this line is going to be ours, and then not expanding any further in this direction, just kind of letting these kind of guys keep each other in check. Because, like, being squished up against a big empire like the Lolahandrians, like we were, is really dangerous. Whereas, and that did indeed lead to a big war that led to the breakup of Lolahandria into the Lolahandrian Commonwealth and the Lolahandrian Directorate. And we may need to yet go and finish them off again, because they still bloody hate us and they're still quite strong. Whereas this area over here feels like it's quite nicely kind of balanced. So I think actually we might be in pretty good shape to just kind of expand, not aggressively, but just kind of cover out this area, have all of this for us, and then actually we are going to be, if we could just expand a bit further, one of the bigger empires, not just in our bit of space, but overall. That'd be nice. Anyway, just keep scanning this little bit of space down here. Just head around, figure out what you can see. I kind of just want to know what's in this area before we say for certain that we don't actually want to bother owning it. Meanwhile, our construction ships need to just basically charge over here into Corgus and lock this place bloody down. So we've got a research post over here. That's a social one. Everyone just get over here. We've got suddenly, like, we're slowly starting to lock down this area, because this area's got a lot of good stuff in it, which is very welcome indeed. I've kind of built an extra construction ship to help out with that. Oi! I saw you pushing out there. Don't you even flipping dare, alright? Also, it really bugs me that these bastards went and locked down... Wait, hang on, what? Whoa, what's happening here? Oh, there was just crystalline entities somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Well, that's fine. Don't worry about Mizar then. We don't need to worry about Mizar and all of that. World will just kind of skip that area. Ah, yes, of course. Our other science ship, meanwhile, is way over here. And I'm kind of hoping might now be able to make it over to scan this world without causing... That's blatantly going to cause trouble. Yep, there you are. He's arrived. Now, can you immediately leave again without causing any trouble with these guys? Because I don't want trouble with these guys. I want you to just leave again immediately, right? Oh, you just did. Is that what you're doing? Can you actually just get in and out that quickly? Or are you going to try and now flee because you don't belong here? Like, oh, well, he has just jumped through that area. Well, that's 100% fine. If you can get away with it, do it. Now, meanwhile, back at Duckburg, while he's heading over there to try and figure out what the heck's actually going on, in Duckburg, we've got something much more important going on, which is, yes, the delightful bloodshed class. I like that. We've got an empty module over here. Can we actually do anything? Ship upkeep minus 20%. It's not a bad idea, to be honest, if we had some crew quarters in here. Sure, why not? We can kind of replace them later if we want to. So get that in production. Pause for just a second, because we have got ourselves a whole new ship to design. In particular, our oh my god, look at it. Look at it, it's shiny and beautiful. Oh, when this thing appears in your skies, you basically know you're going to die. Oh. Oh, that's sexy. Do we have any major upgrades coming in, by the way? We've got... In 51 months, we've got some improved crystal forged plating. That's fine. We can improve that later. We've got regenerative hull tissue in 1 month. Let's just speed up time to get that going through. Because once we've got that, we'll be able to unlock something else. And I'm guessing that will be useful. Capacitor fields. Yeah, slow down time. No, not slow. Pause, thank you. What have we got here? I really, really need to get rid of jungle, by the way. That's really, really kind of important. Empire leadership capacity. No, don't need that. Form a federation. Form a federation out of an existing alliance. Could be useful for the Bulhar Vilar, but I don't know. Army upkeep, no. Share the burden. Artificial morale codes. Circumstance that dictates what more. No! No, that's blatantly evil. That's blatantly really, really bloody evil. Don't do that. Well, I'll tell you what, I do actually have an army. It would be nice if it cost less. Plus, this one will be done so bloody quickly that means I can hopefully get a new bunch of them. And then, hopefully, one of them will be get rid of the jungle. Because I really need to get rid of the jungle. So that's the front bit, that's the middle bit, and that's the back bit, right? Yeah, ooh. Oh, does it flash? Does it flash? Oh, you can even... I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could hover. So yeah, that's the middle bit, that's the front bit. So... I could theoretically say that I'd like to have a combination of different things. So weapon slots, and I could have it be... Oh, you could have it be kind of, you know, more weapony or more... Ooh. More launchy. I could have it easily be entirely launchy. That's kind of cool. Yeah, let's say mass breaker at the front. I love how it changes shape, by the way. So I can have like a no... Ooh. I'm not sure if that one does, but I kind of want it anyway because it's got the Nova Core on it. Though actually, you know what, what's the other one? The cruiser's already kind of doing launching and there's loads of them. So I feel like this doesn't need to be doing the launching. This thing just needs to punch like a brick. Also, that wasn't what I just told you to do. Yeah, let's go for mediums and large. Then we'll go for Nova for, 4 small. Actually, small is not bad. It's not a good idea to, like, have nothing but large, because then you really struggle if fighters try and swarm you. So it's worth having, like, some small, but I could have... Yeah, I like the Nova, actually. But then... Oh, that gives me the same number of utility slots as this Stormbringer, which is quite good. I could have 2 medium. Yeah, let's have 2 and 2 here. That's fine. And then at the back, we can have... Let's go for 2 medium at the back. That's kind of... I'm not sure I like the way it looks, to be honest. Okay, fine. We're going to have the mass breaker at the front just because I really, really like the way it looks. Because that's actually really quite cool. I like that. Okay, so obviously it's going to have warp drive 3. I like it having defensive because defensive seems to be good. It can have plasma thrusters. It can have decent scanners. Whatever this component is... Ooh! So whatever this component is, I don't have it. Apparently I do. So ship-mounted nanobot cloud. So defensive aura supporting. Okay. Ship-mounted shield dampener. So... Oh, so it makes enemy shields weaker. Quantum destabilizer makes enemy ships fire 15% more slowly. Or the ship-mounted subspace snare. So if you catch the enemy, they can't get away from you. That's kind of nice. That would stop, like, the problem we had against the bloody Lolahandrians was they kept running away. But if I were to have this, they wouldn't be able to run away. Oh. Well, that's quite intriguing, isn't it? Ship-mounted quantum destabilizer. Actually, I quite like the fire rate minus 15%. That's actually quite good, though the nanobot cloud is just regeneration. No, I'm going to go for the fire rate thing. I'm totally going to have one of them, alright? That's lovely. I really hope I've got enough power for this, by the way. And you know, I've got cold fusion reactors. I should be fine. Let's just... Okay, just shove some cold fusion reactors on this thing for a starting point, and then that'll give us, like, a ton of power. So we've got this new kinetic battery thing. This is a large thing. This has a range of 120 and hits 106 to 218. Nice. So this thing, meanwhile, hits only range of 80, but, ooh... Even at large. Yeah, okay, so we should have... What's the power draw, though? So 40 and 40 versus... Ooh, 100 and 100. Maybe we just have, like, one of them right at the... No, right at the front of the ship. Yeah, that's nice. Maybe we get rid of one of them. We don't necessarily want, like, all of them, by the way. And other than that, we kind of go primarily for the railguns, for the shield damage and the armor penetration. Yeah, that's nice. Let's just go, like, for a bunch of them. Okay. So that's this ship basically armed to the bloody teeth. But we do, however, have the ever so slight problem that, yeah, right now we're a little bit shy on power. That's fine. We can do that, though. I also want to have a ton of shields on this thing, by the way. The regenerative hull. Yeah, I wouldn't mind the regenerative hull. Actually, you know, I'll go for the smallest one of them. I'll just go for a tiny little one of them. Because, as long as it's, healing slowly over time, that's fine. I don't need to worry about that. And then I want to have, a load of shields on this thing, too, by the way. I want this thing to have a lot of shielding on it. 1,200 points of shield. Let's just kind of shove in reactors into the rest of it and see how that goes. Oh, this here, that's not going to fly, is it? No. We're going to need a lot more power yet. So the problem we've actually got with this ship is it's drawing so much power to run all of its systems. We do actually have the slight issue. Actually, these ones are fairly light on power. The problem is really, it's the power of these bastards, isn't it? Every single one of these uses, in fact, yes. That kinetic battery, do I really need that? Kind of want that, to be honest. I wouldn't mind having one of those. What's this thing? Power usage. These things are... Ooh. The power usage on these lads is... Oh, sorry, that's because I'm comparing small to medium. That would be why, then. The power usage is a little bit smaller on the railguns, but it barely makes any difference, really. But... yeah, it's really when we're hitting here that's the problem. If I could get rid of just a little bit of extra power, but this bit's only got 600 shields. That's not very much at all. Oh, the quantum destabilizer 15% is actually causing a flipping 200 power draw. Well, that's why this thing's flipping requiring multiple generators just to run by itself. Well, then maybe that's just something we accept as a downside of this ship. Which is, it doesn't quite have the shielding that it could theoretically have because it's got one of these. Although I could theoretically create one support ship. One support ship and then I'd only need one of them, wouldn't I? Yeah, I'd actually only need one of these. So what I ought to do is we get rid of this. Yeah, just get rid of that. And now we've got loads of extra power. So get rid of this and get rid of that. Now we can shove some extra shields on this thing. Right, lovely. Lovely. So now this thing has all of the shields. Alright, so the Delightful Bloodshed is basically going to be our default ship. This is our main ship that we're actually going to fly around with. So we save that there. Yes, overwrite the original Battleship. And now we make a change that one of these lads has this thing. And we get rid of you and I believe you. And we put a bunch of power back into the ship purely to power this thing, and even then we can't bloody quite afford it. And then we create a version with far fewer shields. In fact, I think I've just managed to do a worse job than I had originally, but whatever. And this here is the Delightful Bloodshed. No, this is not the Delightful Bloodshed. This is going to be a different variant. This is going to be a ship we only want one of because we don't need multiple battleships that have this thing installed. We just need the one. So then we're going to save this as the Capital Bloodshed, and we'll just build one of them, and that's our capital ship. That's our flagship. And now you see we've got the two separate designs. The Delightful Bloodshed, which is our main battleship, and the Capital Bloodshed we only want one of. Lovely. And speaking of which, by the way, we should probably make some improvements to our other ships while we're passing by. Get these up to grade 3 and grade 3 and grade 2. Lovely. So that's the science ship, the colony ship, and the construct ship all up to snuff. And of course, we can do exactly the same thing to our transport ships. We've not been using them recently, but just in case we ever do. There we are. A single medium generator will get this thing powered up. Lovely. And now this thing can jump around a lot more easily. Nice. Now with that done, of course, we want to build... These things are expensive, mind. Yes, we want to build a couple of things, which is... Have we already got the price down, by the way? You've got this guy. Yeah, okay, this is with a flipping guy who can build ships cheaper doing this. Yes, we want to, of course, be building a couple of ships here. In particular, we'd like to be building one Capital Bloodshed class. Just the one of them. Marvellous. Let's not build another one of them just yet. Maybe just hold off. What's this, by the way? Strategic resources. Oh, you can only hold 3 of them. Okay, so you can only hold a tiny bit of the lethuric gas. Alright, fine. That seems fair enough. So, as we've apparently just started building ridiculously mega doom ships, maybe we should get our constructor ships building on mines a lot faster. Guys, let's get on that, please. Okay, all my ships in action. Perfect. We've now got the flipping first battleship coming into production. That will take a little bit of time to build, given it is absolutely bloody massive. Now, the money bin is going to need a governor. Ideally, quite a good one. And would you believe we've actually got a couple of guys here who are specifically good at clearing blocker tiles, which is something we're going to be needing to do a lot of. So that there is very, very welcome indeed. Plus, you get a bit of happiness just for having a governor full stop. Now, what's going on over here in Oakle? You guys are... You're down on the ground, but you're not really quite ready to go yet, are you? Alright, everyone start mining like crazy. I just want nothing but mines for the minute. We desperately need some mines. Oh, this is cool. Out in the middle of nowhere, I just happen to have stumbled across a planet that appears to have sort of cracked like an egg a little bit. A barren world that appears to be... meteor impact craters and complete devoid of life. Yeah, I think it had worse than a bit of a meteor. I feel like something really, really bad happened to this planet. Interestingly, there's a fleet hanging out here, but it's not too dangerous, and this is like a very long way from my territory, so we really don't need to worry about it. Now, over here, down in the middle of flipping nowhere, you are having a little loopsy round on this weird little kind of system that you've been pottering around in. What did you learn about this, by the way? Did you actually learn anything? This is... No, never mind. False alarm. It's okay. It's nice that it's really, really habitable. There is just the ever so slight problem that, yeah, it's not got much on it. Like, lots of empty, few minerals, nothing major. Not worth kind of, you know, rushing to the far end of the galaxy and going to war for or anything. Oh, wait, I didn't realise this. These little guys down here, these chappies, they are part of the Lyrite League. So they're kind of, well, I'm not sure if they're vassals or something, but they are working for these lads. But you, however, are not, are you? But, ooh, part of a celestial compact. Yeah, okay, so actually these guys are all friends. Darn it, I was kind of hoping they might kind of keep them. Yeah, you're a vassal. You're a vassal to them. These guys, oh, I was kind of hoping you guys would kind of hold each other in check. But on the plus side... even though they're allies, they're in kind of slightly awkward position, at least. Oh, hello. A nice... oh, naval capacity plus 10%. No, must resist. Must build a frontier clinic. I'm settling on too many worlds that are uninhabitable. I need to get going on things that increase habitability. Let's get going in that direction. That's going to be done in 8 months. It's a shame I have to give that up, but it's worth it, I think. Well, while you're down here in this area of the world, at the bare minimum, have a look around, see what you can figure out while you're down here, if there's anything worth expanding to over here. Because, like, I wouldn't necessarily want to expand here, but these areas are... they've got some good stuff going on here in terms of research. That's not that bad at all. You know, I've just been keeping an eye on Graceful Wing, just in case it ever causes trouble for me because of that whole craze for... wait a minute. Hang on a bloody minute here. The habitability of Graceful Wing and Far Bill are both really, really high. Why would anyone ever go into gene splicing over there? I mean, over here, in the money bin, I understand why you might. I mean, habitability is at 60% at the moment, and I will be trying to fix that, by the way. Don't you worry. But yeah, here we are. These guys are starting to grow. Okay, you... should probably be... actually, I haven't got the research for that yet, do I? No, 9 months until a frontier clinic. We will build you a frontier clinic, alright? I promise you. You over there are going to get a nice... why is that -1? Why is that -1? 2.7, they're weak, and oh, happiness. Yeah, we need to work on happiness because it's literally costing us here. So, okay, we will build you a nice basic mine, lovely basic mine here. That's right, you are going to have jobs, good jobs. Let's get rid of this, by the way. Yeah, there we are, clear that block. We can get rid of that one at least. But then we're going to start running into trouble very, very soon because we literally don't have the space to expand into until we happen to draw get rid of dense jungle. Oh! There was a noxious swamp. Well, only one. I did see that as an option, but it just wasn't there. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. I think that's been done. I think something very exciting just happened. I think we've got our first battleship. Oh, yeah. I think you know which one's the flipping capital ship. Oh, yes. Oh, that's sexy. That's sexy, and this thing has a very, very big gun on it, too. We can build a new normal class of battles. Remember, never build more than one of the capitals unless you're building into a separate fleet. Build a new one of the normal battleships. Yes, get going on that. Go on then. Our mining can finally actually power something. Beautiful. Now, we should probably also worry about our defences over here in the Grand Money Bin, because the Grand Money Bin is totally allowed to have a spaceport. Yeah, just get a spaceport with like a... Can't do that, don't have nuclear missiles. Oh yeah, just get a normal thing. Yeah, build one of them. It's 360. For goodness sake, just get everyone a spaceport, because it just gives you a little bit of time to react in case you come under attack. So it's kind of worth having just for the ability to produce down here. Ah yes, this place is allowed a spaceport too. Like the moment it's set up, it can have a spaceport. Good. Give it a spaceport. The building cost here is, however, high because of the high gravity, but never mind, we do at least have happiness a little bit higher than it would be otherwise, which is excellently good news. But down here on the surface, yeah, things are going to be slow for a while. Ah, good, the capacitor shields are done. We're now ready to do some more physics. Good. Subspace sensors, detect subspace fluctuations after the wake of traveling starships. I don't know what this does. Chance to hit... Ooh! Increased accuracy. That's not too bad. Antimatter power. Ooh, advanced shielding. Planet. Oh, that's planet fortification. Fine. Although it also unlocks advanced shields, so that would be nice too. So I could get better shielding on my ships. That could be kind of nice, to be honest. Yeah, we'll go for advanced shielding. Shielding is a good idea. By the way, yes, if you recall correctly, the Tile Confederacy did go to war against the Twix Hill here Divine Assembly. I'm guessing that was the prize of that war there, that nice little dig-in they've got there. They didn't win much, mind, but they won enough to make it worthwhile, I'd say. You know, looking back now, I think kind of probably one of the biggest mistakes I made in the early period was I focused too much on wanting areas that were perfect in terms of habitability, which I guess you kind of have to at the very beginning of the game because you can only kind of go on really habitable planets. But I kind of picked planets that were quite small, weren't necessarily that good. Yeah, I could have picked better planets. I picked fairly small ones, but I guess I got a little bit unlucky with the spawns as well. But most importantly, the Frontier Clinic is done. Ooh, habitability. If there's not. Noxious Swamp. Cloning. A clone army. That couldn't possibly go wrong, could it? No, I feel like that could very, very easily go wrong. Maybe don't produce a clone army. Natural lifespan of less than a decade. They lack the personal initiative. You say this right up to the point where one of them goes asking, do we have souls? And then they start asking for rights and not to be sent into the meat grinder. No, we're going for atmospheric filtering. Maybe don't build the clone armies. What does that actually do, though? Does it do anything good other than just unlocking... Okay, so we invest in cloning, but we literally can't come up with anything to do with the cloning other than clone armies. Seriously? We couldn't do anything better than that? No. Atmospheric filtering. Habitability up. Let's get the habitability up, because I feel like that's a really important thing, given all of the not habitable planets I'm on right now. In fact, ooh, hello. This has got to... Oh, sorry. I thought that meant that my planet had gone from yellow to green, but no, that's just the crappy planet I want nothing to do with. Now, speaking of planets, by the way, I would like to continue the expansion by just wrapping up this area by taking over this area right here. Cordorth. Good stuff on here. Loads of good stuff, good research, good everything. And it would finally lock down this area for me. Like, making sure I've got, like, basically, probably not quite Terzum, but it would give me all of this as well. So I wouldn't mind that. But I'm at 5 planets right now. And that means I think it is time to say goodbye to our friends over here in... There it is. There's the far bill. There's a lot of stuff that happens around here. This planet is actually, I could actually go on this planet. Oh, never go on that planet. That planet is terrible. So we've got the Far Bill over here. The Far Bill, I'd say, has done very nicely for themselves. Get rid of that animal. There you go. Clear that out of the way. And you guys, I'd say, you're pretty ready to be on your own, aren't you? I mean, that is a planetary administration, not quite a planetary capital. It doesn't really need to be. You've got, like, a really nice physics lab down here. You guys, I'd say, are ready to be on your own. And as a fun nice gesture, I'll give you Zudra. I would give you Thrad, but technically we don't actually own Thrad. It kind of looks like we should, but apparently this just falls into, yeah, the bloody Kithries area of influence, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these lads these 2 areas. They can crack on with that by themselves. They'll be 100% fine. I'll keep an eye on the science, see if I lose the science when I set up the area, but I'm going to sacrifice these lads over here. So I've got a planet free so I can start expanding over here, because this feels like the big, exciting, sexy bit of the Empire right now, to my mind. So, let's create ourselves a brand new sector. And we're going to start off with this area right here. There we are. That's that area right there. Then we're going to add in Zudra. This is going to be the far build sector. I'm not going to give them Bindur, because I might want to have Bindur for myself. So, still physics is at plus 64, even though I gave them that. And that there is all I want to do. And that's going to be 4 out of 5. Close that. Yeah, I think I still get the physics research, even though... Yeah, even though they're kind of a separate area now. So those guys are now going to manage themselves, as is New Duckburg, as is Taken Flight. So that's fine. Those guys are now going to manage themselves. I'm now to 4 out of 5, which is lovely. Apparently I didn't lose... Well, I know I didn't lose research. I'm not sure if I may have lost something else. But it feels like we're still very much in control for the moment, at least. Now, as for this area over here, let's head over to Thuban here. Let's go over to Graceful Wing. And again, Graceful Wing, I think, can be... Oh, apparently, Graceful Wing needs... Graceful Wing doesn't need much. There's nothing there. I'm going to build you a frontier clinic, is what I'm going to give you right now. Aren't I lovely? That's going to make this a lovely area to be in. Apparently it also produces food, which is nice. It's going to increase habitability, which is completely unnecessary. I'm kind of hoping I can upgrade it into something that increases happiness, to be honest, but we shall see. That may be completely unnecessary, but I'd like them to have, you know, some medical facilities there. Oh, bloody hell, the size of the fleet. The size of the bloody fleet, I love it. But speaking of Thuban, yes, let's indeed build a new, lovely colony ship. We've got all this money here. Now we've got to select... Yeah, I think you are selecting a group of people... Oh, wait, hang on. No, this is... I don't even know where these people are coming from, because some of these are from continentals and some of these are from oceans. So they're not all coming from the same planet. They can't be, so... I don't bloody know. I'm not sure. You know what? I'm very glad to get these people out of the bloody pacifist thing. So let's just have more and more people. Ooh, what's this? Xenophobic and fanatical collectivist? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where did collectivism come from? We're not. We're fanatical materialists. I don't know who you are, but I don't want you here. Individualist energy credits and... Yeah, that's fine. Energy credits plus, but slavery tolerance is down. That's fine. I don't care about slavery. And fanatical materialists, again, more research. We'll go for you lot. Yes. You guys get in production. Very, very nice. Another bloody leader just died. This just keeps bloody happening. Well, I guess time does go past relatively quickly in this game. I guess it does make sense. Yes. Well, I suppose a new election will be showing up soon. That was kind of a shame. I like that leader. I swear there was good stuff he did. Actually, he was good for expanding the amount of mining we have dotted around because he did that on the cheap. But you know what? We've already expanded the mining quite efficiently. I think we are okay for the moment. Okay, Bill of Progress has a person ready to go. We're going to move them over there because apparently you can just drag and drop him, which is magnificent. And what we're going to build over there is we're going to give him a frontier clinic. Straight up, he gets one of them. I know we are currently running a small energy deficit. That's fine. Don't worry, it's okay. And we can get rid of some of this stuff. Just start clearing all of this out the way, please. There we are. And just spend some minerals getting this out the way. Blimey, our minerals are going down very quickly. Partially as a consequence of building a very large number of battleships, I would say. That probably is the reason, yes, actually. I mean, it's nice to have 2 battleships, but maybe we should be building something that's not a battleship for a while. Like, First Murder's currently made up of what at the moment? Primarily cruisers. There's some destroyers in there too. Some destroyers in there, that's fine. I mean, destroyers are a cheap, effective way of adding some firepower into the mix. Maybe we just add some destroyers into the mix right now. Just build some destroyers, because destroyers are cheap to build, because we've kind of got, like, you know, we've got, like, all of the little upgrades that let you build them on the cheap. So I did just, like, a couple of extra destroyers, because I feel like the fleet needs to keep getting bigger, because the enemies we're taking on seem to keep getting stronger too, so I wanted to keep an eye on that. How's this, by the way? Oh, blimey. Good old Fact 1. Remember Fact 1, that wonderful planet I wanted to take over, but I couldn't. Actually, it's not that good. Like, it's nice and big, but, like, actually, it was pretty bloody good, actually. Yeah, whoever these guys are, whoever these bloody lads are, they've just kind of taken it over there. They're not building anything. They're just living over everything. Bloody hell. And we can't actually do anything with them either, which is very, very disappointing. Stone Age primitives. Why can't they just hurry up and become spacefaring? Then I could do something fun with them. Ah, perfect. The egg carrier's ready to go as well. Right, over here to Cardorth. Here we go. This world here. 58 influence to colonize. Habitability 55% by default. But look at this world. This world is going to be a good world for just, like, we can put a whole bunch of... We kind of need a whole bunch of mines, to be honest. Like, I really feel like we need to up the mining effort on some of our planets. which is kind of good. So let's colonize this world. Yep, send you over. Habitability 35%. It says 50. It says 55%. Why is the... Oh! The post the Mighty Ducks and the Mighty Ducks have kind of become separate from each other. Oh, in terms of the habitability. I didn't even realise these were... Okay. Problem. Slight problem. So why is the default habitability showing me for the post the Mighty Ducks, not the Mighty Ducks? We are the Mighty Ducks. Alright? Don't go doing that. Alright, just send them over. Send them over. It's going to be fine. And then what we can have is... I don't really want to lose that physics space, but this here is an excellent place for it to be. So we're just going to have to... Actually, we could have it be... No, that'd be... yeah, put it here. This is a good space for a start. Cardorth Prime. I mean, this here is like our furthest away colony. So I would say I would be quite happy with it being... No, not probably that. Let's actually spell it correctly. But I would like this to be Farthest Reach. Farthest Reach. The colony ship is on the move. Lovely. And then, wait, what? Wait, hang on, what? There's someone else living here. But I think they're not... Who are these lads? These are... It says Capital World. Should we be concerned? Also, didn't we have a different Capital World somewhere in our area somewhere? Yeah, over here. There was this world over here. Like, this is an area we own, but we haven't actually colonized at all. But these lads, the Chiritsi, the Pyrrhic civilization, these guys have just got... They have actually built some primitive factories. And they have got, like, some stuff here. Like, we could go and bomb them from orbit. It just feels like... You know, we probably shouldn't, because that might be a bit mean. They've not got a... Actually, they've got an okay plan. It's just a bit on the small side. But yeah... We can primitive satellites orbiting their home world. Well, you know what? Maybe those guys are just primitives and we don't need to worry about them. But, yeah, hopefully we don't have to go and share or anything, because I don't really feel like sharing. I kind of feel just like, you know, owning that place, to be honest. And, aha! Good. We've got some research projects completed. What was the most recent thing that we actually had again? Oh, yeah. The crystal forged plating. That I need to kind of potentially go and slap on, don't I? Yes, that sounds very, very useful indeed. Right, select some new research going on here. Ooh. All of the things. So nuclear materials, can't be bothered with that. Standardized battleship patterns, battleship assembly yards. So that is the ship cost minus 10%. That's going to pay for itself very, very quickly. Auto cannons, large caliber ballistic weapons that fire cased explosive shells, high rate of fire... 9%. That doesn't seem that good, to be honest. Kinetic artillery. Ooh, that's just an upgraded version of the... Yeah, okay, I like that thing. Upgrade that, totally. Yep, totally get on that. That's going to take you a little while, but that's 100% fine. And there, indeed, we do have some crystal forged plating that we might want to kind of bring into circulation. Marvellous. So, let's see if we can actually kind of bring these in, because I feel like we can probably afford to get away with it. So, this gives you... Oh, yeah. So, say for the destroyers, which currently have hull points of 600, I'd give these guys like a 50% increase. Well, actually, these guys, there is no large slot. So, it would have to be instead... Well, actually, these guys need to be increased up to warp drive 3 anyway. That's kind of important. And plasma thrusters 3, that's fine. Don't bother with the radar upgrade, by the way. But I totally want to put some crystal forged plating onto these lads if I can. And then I might need to get rid of... this could be an issue. That's not much, is it? I need to potentially get rid of one... If I just swap these round, can I get away with this? And then if I put one improved deflectors? Yes, just. So now I've swapped that round to have like a little bit less shields, but a way more amount of hull, which I think is worth having. So yeah, save that. And the cruisers, yeah, the cruisers are the same, because the cruisers actually don't have that much on them, to be honest. And the cruisers already have a little bit of spare capacity on the power. So if I were to take off, if they've only got 600 shield, put some crystal forged plating on them, that gets that up by basically sacrificing shield for... but I can put some extra shields in here. I presume I can't afford that. I can just actually... So I've sacrificed 75 points of shielding in order to increase the hull points by 150. But I feel like I'm not necessarily winning that much by doing that, to be honest. Because like I like having as much shielding as possible. So, maybe that's not the best. You know what? Let's give it a go. We'll give it a go, but I probably won't put it on the big... Actually, the Battleship, it's arguably more worth having, because the Battleship's got, like... The Battleship's got, like, a ton of hull on it, but... No, keep it off, keep it off. I'm not necessarily actually sure that's even going to be working for me, but we'll see. We'll give it a go. Let's head over to the Brightest Cloud and make sure that First Murder's being upgraded here. It only costs 130 minerals to upgrade the entire fleet. I like it. Yeah, upgrade the entire fleet if you'd be so kind. And it's only going to take 35 seconds as well. That's nice. So, over in the money bin, we're going to move someone over to an unused nice corner. And you are going to get yourself a nice clinic right away. I'm totally giving you a frontier clinic. Yep, that's going to increase habitability. I just want habitability to be up. This place is not desperately habitable, and it needs to be habitable because the happiness is going to make everything else better. This is worth doing just for that. Plus, the frontier clinics do kind of function a bit like farms as well, which is very, very nice. I don't know how this clinic is actually just kind of, you know, producing food, but apparently it just sort of is. So anyway, we've come down here. These guys are presumably, if they haven't already landed, they are momentarily about to. We can actually catch the moment as it happens. Go on, lads. Down you go. Disappear out of the sky. Go on. I know you're there. There you go. Marvellous. Now, of course, this is going to take, like, you know, most of the rest of a year to actually get done. So we're going to have... We're having a bit of an energy deficit at the moment, actually. So... Actually, that's not even the worst thing in the world, because over here in this planet, there is actually, elsewhere in this very area, some nice things that we can get up to. Yeah, you guys, get some energy going on here, because we've actually can harvest some energy from this very area. What the bloody hell were you doing way over there? Oh, you were actually finishing off all of the things in Kruskim. Oh, fair enough. You can do that later. It's fine. Yeah, guys, we really need power right now. Get just on the power, please. Oh, hello. The flipping Kithri are expanding over into this area. The Kithri is starting to get a little bit on the dangerous side, to be honest. I may be getting a bit worried about them. I mean, they've already flipping got taken flight, absolutely surrounded. They've got some really good... Actually, there's some really good stuff here. And they're just going to swallow up Unessa, which is actually quite... Yeah, it's not bad in the slightest, actually. And they're just going to go over here. They're just going to swallow this whole area whole. This is starting to get a little bit on the worrying side. You just head over there and just keep an eye on all of these areas, because I'm worried by how strong the Kithri are going to get. We might need to start, like, consolidating our position over here just to stop the Kithri expanding. Oh, gosh darn it. Volcano removal. No, no, no. I don't need volcano removal. I don't need that in the slightest. Ship upgrade cost. Ooh, minus 15% is kind of tempting. Don't know if that's really a society thing, but maybe it's like convincing society it's a thing worth taxing or something. I don't know, possibly. Is there a single bit of like volcano on an area I need to clean out? No volcanoes, no volcanoes, and hang on, one volcano. No, I don't think volcanoes being got out of the way is really our priority right now. I really need to see flipping the rainforest, getting like the rainforest stuff out of the way. It's really important. I wouldn't mind the habitability thing, the hostile environment adaptation, but if I do that, that's going to take bloody ages to do. Whereas the ship upgrade, the biolab's not spectacular. I don't really need that, to be honest. Alright, yeah, go for the hostile thing, because that's 5% habitability. It's going to take 3 years for you to do. Bloody hell. Colony established. Lovely. Let's just quickly finish up. Look, I know there's more in here. Yeah, there we are. Research station. More engineering. All of the engineering. Go for all the bloody engineering in the world. Marvellous. And that there is the colony over in flipping farthest reached established. Oi! I clearly own this place. Out. So here we are. Those lads down there. Absolutely marvellous. They'll start growing as time goes by. They've decided to start growing over here. For whatever reason. Intriguing. Yeah, dense jungle. I feel like dense jungle isn't really a science project. That's just I don't know. Well, maybe don't set it on fire. Yeah, that's probably a bad idea, right? Okay, maybe it is a science project. Now, as for the farthest reach, that does, however, need a spaceport, which we're totally allowed to have. Spend the money on a spaceport. Just give it a little bit of defense while we're passing by. Because in one fell swoop, in a matter of months, we've already managed to out-technologize Triptit, who normally it tells you. It says what's going on this planet. Like, it says, like, oh, there's a group of people who are so-and-so here. But it doesn't say that. Instead, we've just got pre-sentient, and then these guys, mammalian. I mean, it's not saying anything about these guys being like Stone Age or pre-space or whatever. They're just not building anything. I just don't know who these guys are. I've just noticed a small problem here, which is there's a new thing that's shown up in the outliner. We've got the small issue of a faction, a planetary separatist faction, and they may seek to free the planet from Imperial. This isn't Imperial rule. This is just the Iron Fist of science. That's way better than Imperial. Given enough popular support, they may even take up arms. Who are these people? So they want an independent, graceful wing, do they? Well, screw those guys. There are 70 population within our empire that belong to this faction. Oh, sorry, those are the loyalists. Okay, so we've got 71 loyalist populations and one population that's 0.4% of the population. Manage the faction. We can manage this faction in a number of ways, including accepting their demands. Ooh, let's have a look, see what we can do. So we could grant the colony a... No. We could bribe the leaders. That costs 200? Bloody hell, how much are we bribing them with? Suppress the media, it costs 400 NG and gets the minus 10% support. Ultimately, we could theoretically, like, okay, we'll keep an eye on it. Like, we'll keep those guys happy. We basically need to keep Graceful Wing a little bit on the happy side. We should probably, like, see what we can do there. Interesting. We found something. Well, we found a couple of things down here. Oh, my goodness. Ho, ho, ho. Ocean World, 24 squares on it. Okay, and what's this over here that we found? That's much crappier. Tidal locked habitability minus 10%. And migration, traction, happiness. Okay. So, there's something down here that could be well worth going to get. This apparently is a very, very, very good... In fact, there's two things in here. The other one, meanwhile, is nowhere near as good. Yeah, there's a tundra world here that's tiny, but it's next to an ocean world that's ridiculously massive, which is just perfect for ducks. Okay, we might need to come and revisit this, though apparently we can't go and get it yet because there's ancient mining drones. Okay. Well, that's fine. As soon as this is done with scanning this area... What's this, by the way? Yeah, it's okay. We're not spectacular. I might actually just... Trade deal from Lyra at League was auto-declined. I don't think I even made them a trade deal, but alright, whatever. Yeah, I might actually go and scan that anyway, just to see what we've got going on over there. Okay, over on the money bin, we're actually ready to upgrade to a planetary administration. That's good. We can get on with that. That's certainly got a few little advantages to it, because we've got 5 populations. Meanwhile, habitability should presumably be going up. Yeah, habitability is up to 70% there, because we've actually been doing a pretty good job. We need to get more and more money in. Guys, just build mines where there's mines. Alright, now mineral silos. Don't want mineral silos, I just need flipping mines going on here. Basic mine, and we'll upgrade those mines as time goes by. Meanwhile, over on Bill of Progress, for now we need to focus on... Oh, bloody hell. Doesn't matter where you move the populations, because everyone's so bloody unhappy, it just goes straight down. Well, alright, there's no point wasting food for the minute at least. Yes, keep building more mines. And a basic hydroponics there. We may as well get that up. There's nothing there but hydroponics. That's fine. We're not really going to be building the science yet. Not until we're actually confident this place is habitable. Because 50% habitability, that's not great. I think we need to be doing more there. We've got habitability plus 5% will be coming in. We can build more buildings potentially going forwards as well, which is nice. We're going to actually have advanced shielding coming in soon. That's kind of nice. That might be a nice thing to insert onto the ships. There it goes. I'm pretty sure I just heard that completing there. So we've now got some advanced stuff going on here. Shield capacitor. So that means shield regeneration. Okay, so shield regeneration is faster. I've never really kind of felt shield regeneration needs to be faster, to be honest. So I think we can do without that. Quantum energy state, unlocking power plant 3. I tell you what, we do often get into a bit of trouble with the power situation. That strikes me as a good idea. Or assist research. Or allows our science ship to assist with... No, we're good. Let's go for the quantum storage capacity, which that is labelled as in yellow, as if it ought to be, like, not a thing that's in physics. But alright, quantum sounds like a physicsy sort of thing. That seems acceptable. Yes, there we are. Some advanced shields. So advanced shields are... What's the additional... What's this? It's like 10. 10 additional power usage and 10 additional cost. But it gives you an extra... Oh, 100 shields if you're going on to large. Ooh, yes. Yes, I'd say. So right now the situation with our cruisers is they are at, yeah, 525 shields. Now, if I move these over to that's over to 600, and then 675. Now, if I replace this with a reactor, then that's now 600, but now I've got some spare power. If I get rid of that small, no, I can't get rid of that small, but if I were to, hang on, there's got to be a way to do this that's more efficient than what I'm doing. Yeah, now I've just got a whole bunch of spare power I feel like I don't need, though actually, this does need to move over to Warp Drive 3 anyway, so, actually I had a bit of spare. Yeah, I actually needed to be a little bit better than what I was doing there. You know what, that's fine. That is actually some extra shielding we've got going on there. That's 100% fine. Don't really see a place for it to squeeze onto the destroyers, to be honest. They're a bit on the small side. However, onto the battleships, I feel like we might be able to add something, especially onto, yeah, the Delightful Bloodshed, not the Capital Bloodshed. So as long as we're in the Delightful Bloodshed, that's fine. Because we've got a little bit of power left over here. So if I move over to Advanced Shielding, that gets us to, yeah, that just gets us a tiny bit of extra shield power there, which is very, very welcome. And a tiny bit of extra shield regeneration. I know it looks like it's low, that's because I'm comparing large to medium, but that's definitely better than it would have been otherwise, because I'm actually comparing, yeah, those shield regeneration to that regeneration. So it's a tiny bit better. It's like, I think I'm giving myself just like 50 extra shielding, which could make the difference in a bit of a pinch. That's fine. On Duckburg, fascinating, we've actually got some spare space, which I really was not expecting to see. But alright, as we've got spare space we've got spare space, what I mean is we've got literally no money to do anything right now. Literally nothing. Guys, mining facilities. Could everyone please just kind of focus for just a second on collecting money? Because we desperately... Oh, actually, that's a point. Hang on a minute. Policies! What policies have we got going on right now? Because I could desperately be doing with a little bit more money. Minerals plus 15%, but at a cost of energy, which isn't particularly good. Oh, this is interesting. Apparently I'm not actually allowed to start my own war right now. The reason, like, I haven't really done wars so far is apparently I'm, like, only allowed defensive wars. So that doesn't seem like a good idea. Wars of aggression are allowed, but conquest war goals may only be used against previously. No. Unrestricted war. Unrestricted war. Yes, unrestricted war. Good. Change the war philosophy. This doesn't seem to cost anything, by the way. Oh dear. I may have just slightly annoyed our allies there by saying that unrestricted war is a good thing. Okay, let's also have some nice bombardment. Yes, bombardment is now fine. We can totally orbitally bombard, which is good. What else do we need to have, by the way? Resettlement, voting rights, elitism. I think actually that possibly is true. I'm not sure. First contact protocol, peaceful. Yes, it is indeed peaceful. Yeah, I think I may have just accidentally kind of annoyed. I think I've actually destroyed my only alliance there. That's a shame. Never mind. So just how badly have I just upset the United Buha Villas? I really hope it's not like too much, by the way. How do you feel about me now? They're still okay with me. They've been better in the past. They're not like desperately thrilled with me right now, which is kind of a shame. I mean, they don't hate us. They're just neutral now. So that's yeah. I feel like that's all a bit unfortunate, to be honest. Yeah, there we are. You head over here, and I'd like you to move in here and have a figure out what the heck's going on in this area. Because this, I think I actually like the look of this area. There's a really good planet I'd like you to go and survey over here, if you'd be so kind. Just head over here, and yeah, there we are. If you want to control click, I want to control click. Yes, I would like to do a single planet. Just go and... No, that's not... I just said control click, alright? That's the thing we just said, alright? I mean, I guess you are starting off in the right area. Just don't get too close to these here ancient mining drones or anything. Just go and have a look, see what's going on over there. Scan these here planets, figure out what's going on, and then probably just get the hell out of there. Alright, here we go. So, Hedgerascant the Third has a ridiculous amount of physics going on in it, which is intriguing. Fair bit of stuff we can clear out of the way. It's fairly large. It's very nice. Like, it's not worth travelling halfway across the galaxy for, but whenever we are looking for an ultimate expansion, could theoretically come out to this way if we decide to expand in this direction. But to be honest, I think we're probably alright, to be honest. So, okay, you probably just... No, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing and just move back into friendly space if you'd be so kind. Just head over here for a bit. There you go. Just maybe leave that area alone. Ah, I see the problem. These guys here, the United Buhavilar, are fanatical pacifists, and I'm kind of turning my back on my pacifist roots. So as a result of that, they're being a little bit harsh. Let's just form a non-aggression pact with them. I think that should be fine. They'll go for that, hopefully. They gone for that? Hello? Cannot see what either would stand to win from a war. We agree to enter into a pact of non-aggression. Yes. Okay, good. Because I don't want a war with them at all. The United Buhavilar, that's 100% fine. Like, what I wouldn't mind is, well, I wouldn't mind just having the Lolahandrians as vassals, but they're never going to accept it. Because they're still too big, even having been kind of broken up. But I don't want to bother, like, invading them. What's that up there, by the way? That's not bad. Won't mind owning that. Whatever's that up there? That's in... Yeah, that is in Buhavilar territory, unfortunately. They're not interested in it, apparently, but that's actually a nice little planet up there. I wouldn't mind having that one little bit. Oh, no, sorry, my mistake. That's actually in the area of the Lolahandrian Commonwealth, whatever. The nicer guys, the nicer blokes. Yeah, wouldn't mind coming in here and taking, I wouldn't mind just, grabbing some of this. A bit of just a land grab along here, but none of these planets are actually that good. If we kind of look at the world, I'm not sure what this one is. I haven't even seen this one, to be honest, but... they seem to be... These guys mainly settle on, ice worlds. So, there's not really much to be had from that. Unless I would just want to, occupy and have a couple of these for myself. Which I could do. I could just say, screw it, I'm just going to have some of these. And you're going to be my vassals. You're going to pay me money. Because I say so, because I'm bigger and nastier than you. Could do that. I mean, really what I need to do now, as I just kind of finish upgrading the fleet a little bit there, is just figure out... where exactly is the right place to go expanding? How long is it flipping going to be? It's still going to be a year till habitability is up 5%. There's not much point us going in here and attacking the Tile Confederacy. They're fairly big. They've got a lot of settlements. And even if we were to, take this area here, there's just, not much point. This area... Sorry, that's not the planet. That's the planet. They go for more, arid... areas. To be honest, we seem to be mainly okay with them. The planets they're on just aren't that habitable. They've got a few planets we could land on, but that one's kind of... Why is that one marked as high habitability? 65%? Is it? It's a tiny crappy planet anyway. They just got control of this planet, which is quite nice, but I feel like we don't really... need that. Down here they've got this tiny crappy world. It's habitable, but it's not very, very good. In the same area they took out, yeah, this arid world that's okay, but not really got much going on, to be honest. So, it just feels like there's no point attacking the tiles. The Kithri are... The Kithri probably aren't as strong as the tiles, to be honest, but I've never really had any trouble with them. And though they do actually hold some very nice areas. And I wouldn't actually mind just kind of reunifying the Empire. But then I'm going to have a very long, thin border. I would love to just go and have these guys as vassals. But, yeah, the problem is I don't think they actually like us very much. Yeah, they are hostile to us. Ah, good. Some physics just became available. Lovely. Physics Lab 2, actually. We do have planets covered in physics. Let's get Physics Lab 2 going on, because we do actually have a planet, covered in physics coming in pretty soon, so that will be useful. My construction ships, meanwhile, have kind of gone a little bit on the quiet side, because I feel like actually plenty of them have kind of done what they're able to do at this point. I could do a little bit more power around here, but for the most part, I think we've pretty much covered just about everything in our new little empire over here that we've expanded to. Yeah, we've already kind of covered it, so head over here and help out with that as well. But yeah, for the moment at least, I think actually things are under control in terms of the amount of power. Is that actually in our... Do we own that? No, we don't quite own Jartarmus, sadly. And with Power Plant 3, we can basically upgrade literally all of our power stations for a very kind of reasonable 120. So every single one of them is going to be doing a much better job at producing power. Marvellous. Ah, habitability plus 5% is finally up. Good. And we get a little bit more. Aha. Border range plus 10%. Oh, Paradise Dome. You know what? I think... Oh, why is... No. Okay, that's just Noxious Swamp at least. You know what? Paradise Dome, happiness and habitability. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but we need to get researching that. I am now living on some very hostile little planets. I'd say it's most definitely time that we have a Paradise Dome underway here. And as the fleet passes 12,000 strength, getting stronger and stronger, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to leave it there for now. 2 battleships, a hell of a lot of destroyers. Next time, I think it is time for this fleet to go out into the world and do some damage, and I do indeed have a target in mind. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been many a true nerd, and this has been Stellaris. Thank you very much, and goodbye. And our guys go in, and I think we completely missed. We totally missed. And a double charge. Oh, that's what we needed to be seeing. Nice. Give them something to think about while they're going home, Balthazar. Got my timing just about right there. Stupid gits.